A severe weather outbreak is expected for today, May the 16th, for your Friday. If you live in the red areas, the orange areas on your screen, even the yellow, we can't ignore that region. You guys have a risk of significant severe weather. But the red, the moderate risk, level 4 out of 5, and the orange, the enhanced risk, level 3 out of 5. You can see the outlook here. You guys have the highest risk of severe weather. I'm talking about strong EF2 or higher tornadoes, strong to intense tornadoes. We could see even stronger than the F2, folks. Very large hail and damaging wind gusts. I'm talking about winds in excess of 80, 85, maybe 90 miles per hour or higher in these areas. So let's take a look at some of the individual outlooks. This is the tornado outlook, which has increased. Yesterday, it was just a 10% risk of a tornado. Now, if you live in those red areas, which includes southern sections of Illinois, southern Indiana, all of, most of central Kentucky, western Kentucky, down to a small section of northwestern Tennessee, southeastern portions of Missouri, you guys have a 15% risk of a tornado within 25 miles in a given location. That yellow area, that is a 10% risk of a tornado. If you're wondering about the brown, Charleston, Columbus, Indianapolis, up to Springfield, down into Memphis, you guys have a 5% risk of a tornado. But that black outline region you see that includes all the yellow and all the red areas, folks, that is also a 10% risk of an EF2 or higher tornado within 25 miles in a given location. That includes places like Cincinnati, Lexington, Kentucky, Louisville, Paducah, down to Bowling Green, Nashville, almost down to Memphis, but not quite, all the way up to St. Louis, Poplar Bluff, the Butte of Missouri, and like I said, northeastern sections of Arkansas. This is a significant tornado threat for today. But folks, one of the biggest threats that might not be talked about as much just because tornadoes take most people's attention is the wind threat. If you live in that pink area, that is a 45% chance or higher of winds exceeding 55 to 60 miles per hour. The red area is a 30% chance and the yellow is a 15% risk. But in that entire pink 45 and entire red 30% risk area, you also have a 10% risk of significant wind gusts, which is winds exceeding hurricane force winds. I'm talking about 75, 80, 85, 90 miles per hour, folks. And then there is a risk of very large hail. If you look right here in the red, that is a 30% risk of hail exceeding 1 inch in diameter or larger. The yellow is a 15% risk. And once again, if you live in that black outline region with the black dashes going in between, that is a 10% risk of significant sized hail, which is hail exceeding 2 inch in diameter or larger. Tornado outbreak is expected today, possible today, I would say. But listen, everything's coming together that supports a severe weather outbreak. Stay safe out there and hit me up at Mitch West Weather on my latest